In this video, we caught up with Roberto Blake to talk everything YouTube branding, why it matters so much, how you can use it to grow on YouTube faster, and simple steps that you can follow to build your personal brand quickly. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you amplify your business and brand with video. If you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. So let's jump into it. YouTube branding is a critical element of any successful channel, but it's one that's often overlooked. Just like branding a business, adopting a strong, consistent brand in every area of your channel and content can keep your viewers coming back for more and more every week. But why is branding such an important element in YouTube strategy? And how can you effectively brand your YouTube channel and videos? Well, we recently caught up with Roberto Blake to talk everything YouTube and personal branding, and there's a ton of insights in here to help you take your branding to a whole new level. And while you're watching, let me know in the comments, what's your #1 branding tip for YouTube? Is it thumbnails? Is it channel art? Is it the end cards? Let me know in the comments. So I guess Roberto is going to share some of his amazing knowledge around branding and branding your YouTube channel. So yeah, we're going to jump into it.
Yeah, well, you, me and Mike were having this conversation earlier, and we've actually talked about this a lot. Just like when we get together, because all of us YouTube educators, we all get together. And one of the things that I think a lot of creators, big and small, don't do very well is focus on what the overall branding of their channel looks like. And that sounds like a really fluffy term, but I think with these 5 tips we can put into perspective. So #1 is going to be having a focus for your channel and making that clear, both in terms of your communication style and visually. Like, if you were going to say what this channel is about, like, what would you say about your channel?
Well, it's about helping people, get better results with their videos and breaking down the barriers so that they create their videos without distractions and all the fears of being on camera and tech and everything.
You'll notice that that's a very clear and specific value proposition. There's no confusion here. It would be really weird if all of a sudden you started doing videos about skateboarding.
Yep.
So one of the things you can do is you can have a clear focus and message for your channel, an overarching theme. It's okay to do 3 or 4 different types of content on your channel. That's fine if they are related, topical, and have a clear unifying theme.
Definitely.
So I think that is just a great example, and I mean, your channel does that very well. You do YouTube tips, you do things on camera gear, you do things on editing and software, but it's all unified around the theme of video.
Yeah. And that's so your viewers know what to expect. It's easier to get them to subscribe if they're going to get consistent content on a topic that they're interested in, and something that can obviously help them, and that's exactly the same as with your channel as well.
Absolutely, and you can do that whether you're doing business or online content or entertainment. One of my favorite channels is Lily Singh, Superwoman.
Okay.
It's very obvious that you're going to get comedy and skits when you go to Lily Singh's channel. She doesn't really deviate from that, so clear expectations are set.
Yep.
The same thing with Philip DeFranco. He has a very specific content that you can expect, and if it deviated from that, that would cause brand confusion. So you want to avoid brand confusion. So let's go into tip #2 with that. I think that visuals help people avoid brand confusion.
Definitely.
I think that when people see one of your videos or one of my videos, it's very obvious that, well, that's a Roberto Blake video, or that is a Justin Brown Primal Video, YouTube piece of content. I think that when people see Peter McKinnon's thumbnails, they know that it's Peter McKinnon.
Yep.
If you want to have success in YouTube, one of the most important things you can do is take your visual branding element seriously. And this encompasses not only your YouTube thumbnails, but also things like your YouTube channel artwork, things like your YouTube end cards, other graphical elements like lower thirds, or even your profile pic.
Definitely.
These things help you stand out. They make it clear to identify you, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are coming to the channel just for you. So you want to make that value clear that, hey, it's me, I didn't go anywhere. And if you have some specific elements that are unique to your channel, it means that if you're in a saturated niche and genre like gaming or beauty or tech, if you have a very unique and specific style, which I think really goes into tip #3, standing out, having a unique style. It's not enough to just have good looking thumbnails. Like if you're a Photoshop wizard, or you have Canva, or you use templates like my stuff from the YouTube Starter Kit, of course you can make really slick looking graphics. But can you do that and then have something that makes you stand out?
Yeah.
And that could be something with the way that you do expressions on your thumbnails with your faces. You know, it could be something as goofy or silly as that. It could be doing like a miniature cartoon character yourself as, you know, that like I've incorporated into my branding. So like there's so many things you can do just to make your stuff unique, and I really feel like that will help you stand out. You need strong visuals to get clicks. It's not enough to just have good video content. If the packaging it for it is bad, you can't get clicks on those thumbnails, and that's gonna tank your views, your watch time. Everything that you want starts with a click, and that starts with a fantastic thumbnail that's competitive in your niche.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, you could spend so much time on your actual video content, but if no one's clicking to actually get on there, then it's all wasted. So you want to definitely do everything you can to get that click.
People spend like 8 hours on a YouTube video and 2 minutes on a thumbnail, and then wonder what they're doing wrong and why no one's watching. And that's a big deal.
Yeah, and I know we started out the same. It was you're taking a screenshot from your end video instead of taking or posing for a photo, pulling a silly face or pointing at something. Like, give yourself some options. Do that at the end of filming so that you've got something to use.
So for me, I actually did staged photo shoots of myself and would cut myself out of backgrounds. If I'm doing product reviews, the same thing, or shoot stuff with my, my hand with a phone or whatever it is. And then I like have hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of stock photo assets. And so I make all this custom stuff. Not everyone can do that. And that's why for me, I was like, I have to find a system for other people, because my tutorials on Photoshop are great, but not everyone has that time or money to invest. So I came up with the YouTube Starter Kit, and I put together like well over 150 assets that people could use to make great thumbnails. And then there's enough there to, with their own photos and like their own color schemes, that they can make them unique enough. And I keep adding variety to that. What I would tell you to do is look at Photoshop tutorials. Like, there's plenty of them on YouTube. I've done some. There's actually a really good one from PewDiePie, the biggest YouTuber, and he actually had a background in design. He was gonna work at an ad agency before he became a YouTuber. It just worked out that way.
There you go. Yeah. So yes, things like that is like, it's another thing that could be adding to that overwhelm of YouTube. Now I've got to get good thumbnails. How do I do that? Well, products like Roberto's or some of the tutorials that that are out there, as Roberto just said, we're going to link in the cards in the description, but definitely check them out because they will help you out for sure.
Absolutely. And then I have 2 more quick tips for you guys for branding for your YouTube channel. One of the other things that I think is really important is to have consistent messaging in the videos themselves. I think also having rituals built into your content and a structure and format so that feels like your video every time is great. You guys know that I start my videos out with, helping you create something awesome today. Like, that is a ritual that's built in. Branding wise, even my shirts, which is, a merchandise plug, but it also is something that people are familiar with. And guess what? It makes it easier for me to film, because I can just always go to the closet. There's like 20 of these and I just put them on.
What am I gonna wear? Well, it doesn't matter, because,
Exactly, so it really just helps with like a style, and that could be your clothes, your aesthetic. So I really feel like customizing the feel of your videos, both in the structure, the catchphrases, building in jokes with your audience, those are really important to branding your content and making it feel like you.
Yeah, and it's like creating that home base. Like, if your viewers feel at home watching your content, like it's a TV series, or like people binge watch like House of Cards or any of those shows, right? They like the style, the feeling of watching those shows. You can do exactly the same with your YouTube content. Keep it consistent formula, consistent flow throughout your videos, and they'll keep coming back. And obviously it's all interlinked. Like, if they can easily spot your thumbnail because the branding is the same as your cover, like it's just creating that user experience where they're attracted to your content and they want to keep coming back.
Absolutely. And then the last part is a really clutch pro tip, and I feel like you have to extend the brand beyond YouTube. I think that there has to be some consistency between what you have on YouTube, your other social media platforms, and your own website. You should have your own home where you take people back to at some point, or if people are trying to look you up or they want to work with you. This is great for working with brands themselves, as far as like sponsorship and things of that nature. So I think having that consistent brand beyond your YouTube channel, and knowing that, hey, what I see on YouTube is consistent with what I see on social media or on your website, or if you're sending me a promo kit or a press kit or anything like that as an interview or for a sponsor deal. I think all of those things tie together, and having that consistency is key.
Yeah, so that's same colors, same fonts, same like look and feel and polish and level of detail across everything. It makes a huge difference. No point going all out on one and then having the rest look really, really bad, because it's that mixed messaging. So I love it. Thank you very much for connecting, for doing this interview with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, man.
No, it's awesome. And the links to everything are going to be in the description below.
Guys, if you don't know, Justin Brown is like one of my favorite video producers and educators on YouTube, so I'm just really excited to be on the channel.
He's saying that because I'm standing right here. So a massive thank you to Roberto for joining us on the channel and for sharing those insights with us. If you're not already subscribed to Roberto's channel, then make sure you head over to his channel and click that subscribe button, because you won't be disappointed. If there's not already a link on screen, it will appear in a few seconds. But I do want to mention that thumbnails are one of the most critical elements of branding. It's the first thing people see in their search feed or just when they're browsing on YouTube. And YouTube itself actually tracks impressions on those thumbnails. So you really need to maximize your clicks. Check out the video linked on screen now for our top 3 tips to properly brand your thumbnails. And I'll see you soon.